Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Embracing Your Self-Worth broadcast. Are you struggling to hold it together? Do you feel that you have been treated unjustly? Are you carrying a weight on your back? Well, in this motivational moment, you will learn to recognize areas of your life that need to be changed. You will also notice the difference of eliminating toxic people who have been stopping you from succeeding. So, hello to those who are just joining the broadcast. Text someone and let them know to tune into this motivational moment, giving you solutions to whatever has stopped you from living in confidence. I'm Gertrude Chapman, founder of Turning Point Enrichment. I help people who are shattered regain their self confidence, self worth, and self esteem to achieve their goals. And I'll be speaking on what happens when toxic people are disconnected from your life. You may not realize how much energy is daily being drained from you until that pull is no longer there. Sometimes, you just feel so tired and you say, well, what have I done today? But a lot of it, is given to, being around toxic people or toxic environments. It pulls a lot out of you and I. You see, when you're too close to a situation, it's hard to notice who really has your back and who's just there for their own convenience. Does this resonate with someone today? It may be an aha moment for you. Now, in this particular time when you're trying to build your self-esteem, it's best that you don't go back and rekindle those toxic relationships. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever experienced a disconnection with someone or someone's, and now suddenly there's like a weight that has been lifted off of your shoulders? If that's you, comment below in the comment section. Suddenly you feel like a breath of fresh air. And I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. And I also know, when I was too close to people or situations, you you tend to love people and you tend to, accept their faults and different things of that nature. But the red flags were there all along. All along were the red flags there. But sometimes you choose to ignore it. Just like, I chose to ignore it. But when you're in toxic relationships, it causes a cloudy vision. You find yourself adhering to things that they hinder you, and you're drawn to those negative situations. And when I realized that certain situations that people were feeding me into, they were feeding into me these poisons, like negative talk and, gossip and, different things, the oh me's and the oh my's, and, everything was draining, everything was negative, everything was, just draining. That's all I can say. And I cut ties. And when I cut those ties, I began to feel better about myself, and I began to see better for myself. And as I distanced myself, things became much clearer, and I started to enjoy life. No longer was I going through living as if I was heading to a dead end. And that's just what it felt like, and that's just what just what it'll be. You wind up, going around in circles, or, round and round on a merry-go-round, but nothing ever gets accomplished. The blind trying to lead the blind. Where are you going? You can't see. The way they feel about people and situations is the same way you begin to feel. You all begin to mirror each other. That's what it means by being around toxic people and toxic environments, Just a toxic pool heading right down the drain. That's what I would call it. And, we want better for ourselves, and you want better for yourself. So, and especially during this time, it's so good to, just take some time. We're going to talk about that, taking some time and listening to that into your heart. Listen to your heart and pay attention to what's going on in your life. Question: have you ever experienced living your life as if as if you can't expect something, or this is all you could expect? In this tunnel, in this place, this is where this moment of solitude is a good thing. It's not always good to be by yourself, but this moment of solitude, because there are times that we need to take a moment to evaluate our relationships. If a relationship is bad for you, for your self-confidence, where there's a lot of negativity and a lot of name calling, a lot of gossip, a lot of just not just doing things, not having any goals, but just doing things, a lot of wasted time. I pray that you find the strength to let go. Otherwise, you'll never be able to see past that wall. Here's another question for you. What are some of the ways we could disconnect without hurting the other people or that other person? What are some of those ways? Put your answer right there in the comment section below. Remember, I want you to remember that this broadcast is a place where we have solutions to building self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem. And if, there's a topic that you can't find, let us know. But what are some of the ways that you could slowly, let a person down without hurting their feelings? Because people treat people how they feel inside, how they feel inside themselves. Just like you always heard the phrase, hurting people hurt people. Well, people who are angry all the time, people, who are negative all the time, they handle people the same way that they feel on the inside. Because that's all they know. If a person, here's another one, if a person, it's hard to show love, that person, find it hard to show love, that's because they don't love themselves. But you have to determine that this is your time and you want something different for yourself out of life. Refuse to keep struggling with, I hope I can, and begin moving toward I can. This is your time. And I hope that you grab some value out of this broadcast, because this is your season. So thank you for joining me. And join me again for another motivational broadcast. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, founder of Turning Point in Richmond. Remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. Have a great rest of the evening.